I know you guys heard me swallowing water and shit. I'm thirsty, man. I gotta fucking do this video real quick. You know, it won't be a long video, man. But, escaping the matrix is everything to me. You guys don't know how much escaping the music, I mean, escaping the matrix really means to me, man. It means everything to me, man. Like, I just don't want to have to deal with these people out here when it's time to look for work. Somebody's always got their finger on the button, ready to get you fired or try to get you fired. It never ever quits, man. And it'll never stop as long as you're a working poor person, a guy that's making under 1,000, 100,000 a year. Anybody in California is making, 100 over, I mean, under 100,000 a year is poor in California. So I don't want to fucking return back to the workforce where, I'm getting discriminated against all the time. There's so much like benefits, you know, to escaping the matrix, man. There's a lot of benefits, man. I mean, damn, you get so much freedom, man. You're more of a happier human being. I mean, especially black men need to fucking escape the matrix. Because this country is not for us, man. All you know, the racial injustices that goes on, getting shot by cops and, you know, having a hard time with females in America, having a hard time getting a girlfriend and shit like that. This country is not for us. If you live in a country where you cannot get a woman or you're having a hard time getting a woman, that's not your country. But if you go to another country and you get a woman just like that, that's your country. I don't care what they say. You know, I don't care what they say. You need to fucking escape the escape the matrix at all fucking costs. I don't care what you gotta give up to get out of it, man. I don't care if you gotta give up drinking or smoking or you gotta give up, partying. I don't care if you gotta give up chasing women for a year or two. Because there will be plenty of women outside of the matrix. Oh yeah. You escape the matrix, you escape America's clutches, there will be plenty of pussy outside of the matrix, man. And all the pussy that you can fuck, you will be like, I mean, your dick will be wet 100% of the time outside the matrix. It's just this country, you know, where the fucking leadership is for themselves. The leadership has failed us completely in this country. So we have to jump overboard, man. We gotta escape the fucking boat, you know. And I'm tired of always having to get back on with DoorDash. Even though I got fired or I got deactivated from DoorDash, I got back on. But it's the fact that people try to fucking get you fired from a job. It's been happening my whole entire life, bro. Where I get a job and there's somebody there that just don't like me because I'm black or they don't like the way I talk or something like that. There's always there's always a motherfucker that's trying to get you fired from your job or some shit like that. That's the shit I don't like, you know, about the Matrix. The Matrix is where, motherfuckers, they can push that red button and get you fired with a blink of an eye, man. Tired of it, bruh. And then you ain't getting a whole lot of pussy. You gotta be on strict diets and be at fucking 10% body fat at all times just so you can get a land well, just so you can get a big fat land well. You see what I'm saying? You coming down, think about it, man. You coming down to like fucking, you know, 9% body fat just so you can get a land well. Starving yourself and shit. Basically eating lettuce and ham or lettuce and turkey. You know what I'm saying? Lettuce and turkey sandwiches for breakfast and shit. Hardly any carbs. You know, cutting carbs off at 5 p.m. You gotta the only way you can cut weight fast is that you gotta cut carbs at 5 p.m. So no more carbs after 5 p.m. If you're gonna have a dinner, you gotta have hardly no carbs. You gotta have very little dinner. I wouldn't say skip carbs. I say very small, like a little side of rice. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you know, some wheat toast or something like that on the side. Just very little carb at dinner. This is what I'm talking about when you gotta attract a land whale. You know what I'm saying? Here in the Matrix. This is what I'm talking about. You know, this is what you gotta do in the Matrix. You gotta work hella hard just so you can get a land well. Man, you go overseas, okay? You're shredded, you're cut, you're getting a 7, 8, or 9, okay? You don't have to be hella tall. You don't have to be, you know, 6'3", 6'4". You don't have to be none of that when you go overseas, bruh. You don't be struggling or going droughts, or going, like going fucking 6 months without sex, 7 months without sex. You won't have no long droughts. Only in the Matrix, only in America is where you have these long droughts. You'll always have pussy outside of the Matrix, man. And the Matrix is America. America is built for one person only, the elite. It's built for rich people. It's getting to a point where only rich people are having good sex lives. While the average Joe, he gotta get married or he gotta fucking like, you know, come down to 0% body fat so he can get a land well. Just the other day, well, not the other day, I could say like when it was New Year's Eve, right? It seemed like it was the other day, but it was New Year's Eve, right? And I was at this bar by myself, you know what I'm saying? Maybe looking for some pussy, basically, looking for some pussy that night to go take home or take her to a hotel or something like that, right? And I ran a hotel down the street just in case, I brought a female, or just in case I got a female in my clutches, right? So then I'm sitting by the door and I'm seeing all these normies walking around with Landwells, or walking in with Landwells. Sorry, they were walking in with Landwells, one after another. I say about 6 couples. I'm not lying. 6 couples were a normie and a Landwell. That's insane. This is what is inside the matrix for you, man. Landwells and single mothers. That's why we gotta sacrifice everything to get out of it, man. I don't care what you need to do to sacrifice to get out of the fucking, matrix, but you need to sacrifice it, man. Like me, Kelcat, I cut down, you know, on junk food. I'm cutting down on alcohol. Like I started drinking alcohol again, and I broke my celibacy when it came to alcohol. I went for like a year and a half and didn't have not one drink. But lately I was drinking, you know what I'm saying? And then I started drinking a little bit more because of the stress, you know what I'm saying, that I was up on there with my car and shit, but then now laying off of it, you know, so I can focus on getting out of the matrix. Getting out of the matrix is, man, you got to be severely disciplined, insanely disciplined, because they don't want you to leave the matrix. They want you to stay here. This is the reason why it's so hard to leave the matrix, because they want you to stay here. They don't want you to leave the matrix. The matrix is like a vacuum cleaner, but it keep on sucking you back in. It just keep on sucking you back in, sucking you back in. You try to leave and it sucks you back in. And then some people say, well, there's no escape. There's no escape from the matrix. There's no escape from America or whatever. There's no escape. But that's the wrong way to think about it, man. You gotta make sure that you have hope inside of your heart, inside of your mind, inside of your soul, that you can escape the matrix. There are men who have escaped the matrix. They're over there in Colombia right now, having the time of their life. They're over there in Thailand right now, having the time of their life. It took a lot of discipline to get out of the matrix, but they got out. You can get out too. So, time to get out of this fucking goddamn matrix, man. You don't need to be here. You don't need to be here stuck like Chuck. You know what I'm saying? And never give up hope, man. You always gotta have hope. Hope is strong, man. And if you don't have it, man, you just pretty much dead meat. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have hope, man, you just lost without it, bro. Cause this country, man, it wants you to suffer, bro. How many years went by and you've been suffering and you've been unhappy with the way things are going here in this country? The way they handled the fucking coronavirus was totally irresponsible. They shoulda fucking nipped that shit in the bud when they first had the first few cases. They waited until people started dropping like flies. Then they started making a move. Then they started getting their medical equipment ready. By that time, it was already too late. That fucking disease has spread all the way across the nation. You see what I'm saying? And to think about it, inside the Matrix, think about how many motherfuckers you got to compete with inside the Matrix. We talking about Chads, Tyrones, Changs, you know, Jose's. You got to compete with all these dudes out here. When you go to different countries, you don't have a whole lot to compete with, bruh. When you go to Thailand, you don't have a whole lot to compete with. You're the only guy that look like you around there. So it's not a whole lot. When you go to Colombia, it's not a whole lot of dudes that look like you or speak the same language as you. Okay? You American, you getting the draws thrown at you right away. You're getting the draws thrown at you right away. The moment you hit Thailand or Brazil, they throw the panties at you right away. I say that's worth giving up, man. Like, man, you know what? Okay, I get it. Escaping the matrix is not going to be easy. It's not an easy task, but it's possible. It's possible. Just look at it like that way. It is possible. That's how you got to look at things, man. You can't look at it as, oh, it's impossible. You'll never do this. You'll never do that. No, don't look at it that way. I say some of the lotto winners, if they would have listened to some of these, guys talking about you'll never win the lotto or you'll never fucking like, you know, You'll never achieve any type of success in the lottery. There will be no winners, man. Everybody be like, "Oh yeah, you're right, man. I shouldn't play the lotto." They would have never had became millionaires. A lot of guys they go around, they put that poison out there, talk about, man, you'll never hit that jackpot. You'll never win the lotto. It's the odds are too stacked. You see what I'm saying? You'll never do this. You'll never do that. But then there's tons and tons of lotto winners out there. There's like millions of fucking lotto winners in the history of the lotto. Okay, motherfuckers have hit that jackpot because they kept trying. Some motherfuckers it took them a few years to hit a jackpot. Some motherfuckers it took them like 3 years. You know what I'm saying? To hit a jackpot. But it was possible though. They made it. They made it. They made it possible with their mind. It wasn't scared to take risks and they wasn't listening to people. You know, they kept trying. They kept going for it. They made it out. A lot of guys don't understand that this situation would never change here in America. This country is hurting bad economically right now. There's so many disasters happening right now inside this country. Think about it, man. We got a fucking sex shortage, okay? Where all the fucking females are gravitating toward, the 20% of men, leaving some of the normies and the other men totally out of the dating market. We got men out here flashing on females because they rejected him. We got celebrity dudes flashing on, females because of rejection and shit like that. This shit is going to hell up out here, man. America, guarantee it, bro. America will become like Japan, a sexless nation, where only the 20% of men are getting the action out here, man. And other men, like normies, they're forced to get married because that's the only way they can get a constant flow of pussy. Normies out here, they get married really quickly. It's like, okay, I found this one. Okay, I'm good. It took a long time to find a girlfriend out here. And soon as they find something, they lock it down. That's what the Matrix has done to a lot of men out here, bro. Desperation for pussy. Simps. Pussy beggars. Manginas. The shortage of pussy creates these men, man. What creates a simp? Shortage of pussy. Like I said, man, Chaz and Tyrone's, they don't fucking simp. I'm telling you, man, they don't. They don't need to. They got an abundance mindset. The simps are the guys who are around normies, like a normie or something like that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't get a whole lot of pussy, so he begs for it and he degrades himself for it. You see what I'm saying? So he goes the extra mile for it. That's the fucking simp, man. You know what I'm saying? I seen how Chaz or Tyrone's act toward women. They treat them like shit because they got an abundance mindset. They could talk to these females any way they want to talk to them, and they'll take it because the Chaz and Tyrone's they're good looking. They got almost perfect facial features and shit. So these females they take a lot of shit from these dudes. Like Chaz, I seen Chaz get away with a lot of shit, like talking dirty to these females in public. I seen this happen time and time again. Time and time again, man. And that's what's really going on, man. Like there's a 80%, there's an 80-20 rule going on in America, man. It is real. It is real. Do you really want to stay here for the 80%, 20% rule like that? Do you really want to stay here forever for life? Because this fucking dating market in America is finished. It is done. America's dating is a joke now. These females are only using that fucking internet so they can get Chad and Tyrone. Believe me. Chaz and Tyrone, they fucking everything like around a six, like a six and up. Okay, so if you're trying to get your face matched as a guy as a six, you're not gonna get her. Chad is fucking her. Tyrone is fucking her. Tyrone is probably fucking her on the fucking slow night. Hey, she's fucking. I'm gonna go six right here, and I ain't gonna take her. That's not what I'm used to. That's not what I'm used to. Chad, because once a female get a taste of Chad, it's pretty much over, man. Once she gets a taste of Tyrone and Chad, it's over for her, man. Because that's all now she's gonna want. She's gonna want only Chad or Tyrone. This is what's happening in the Matrix. This is what's happening right now in this world, in this country. This is what's happening. You can see it right now. I see all the attention that my fucking Chad friend or my Arabic Chad friend gets. You see what I'm saying? I can see the attention that he gets. He's fucking everything all the way down to a six. Now, fives and fours, he won't go that low. I seen him turn fives and fours down. He's like, nah, I don't want them. But a six, yeah, he gonna go after the six. He gonna go after seven. He gonna go after eight, nines, and tens. So the incels are right, man. The incels are right about there's an 80-20 rule that's going on in the US right now. Females that act like they deserve the Chads and the Tyrones. That's what's really going on in America, and we have to escape it. But you have to fucking sacrifice, you know, you gotta sacrifice an arm and a leg to get out of it. Discipline, my friend, discipline. Repetitive shit, bro. You gotta be repetitive with your fucking with your ways. Okay? You gotta open up your mind and manifest your freedom. Manifest your freedom, man. Like if you're hitting the lotto every day or whatever, or you're playing the lotto, eventually you're gonna hit a jackpot if you keep playing. Eventually something's gonna happen for you. But you gotta believe that it can. You know what I'm saying? You gotta believe inside your mind, inside your heart, inside your soul that it can happen and it will happen. You see what I'm saying? It would allow you to escape the matrix. It would allow you to be your own boss. You don't have to fucking show up to work and answer to people. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to show up to that job that you hate. Think about it. Living in a country of your choice for the rest of your life, dating nothing but seven, eights, and nines and tens on some occasions. Look at Barbaroa TV. Look how much fun he's having. Look at all them beautiful women that he's bringing into his apartment. He wouldn't have been able to do that over here, bruh. You know what I'm saying? In the U.S. That's the reason why he ain't never coming back. Barbaroa TV is never coming back to the U.S., bruh. He has found his freedom. He has escaped the matrix. Never to return. Never to come back. Never ever being controlled by another human being ever again. Because that's what the Matrix is about. It's about control. I need to have control over your life. I need to have control over your sex life. I need to invent apps, dating apps, social media, so I can control your sex life. I don't want you to have sex. I don't want you to be busting nuts with females that I want to bust nuts with. Matter of fact, I don't want you to procreate, period. This is what they do in the Matrix. They want to control you. They want to control your mind. They want to control your actions. That's what this country is all about. Control. So You're gonna have to sacrifice all that you can to get out. We're talking about fun, chasing women. Like, man, I ain't chasing women right now. Yes, I do miss the closeness, the hugs, the kisses, but it's gonna be plenty of that once I get to Thailand. It's gonna be plenty of pussy everywhere for the rest of my life. I won't have to struggle. You got enough money to escape the matrix? Oh man, living in Thailand for me for the rest of my life will be about, I don't know, like 400,000, $500,000. I would literally try to get away with 300 grand. I would try to like live off 300 grand for the rest of my life. Like I would try to do that. And I would get over there. I would try to find work, you know what I mean, teach capoeira, whatever, get over there. This is what I would do. You know, go over there, teach capoeira, make a little money like that, and then pinch off my money that I have won off the lotto or off the jackpot. I would pinch and pinch and pinch and try to live on a budget. But for most likely, I don't think $300,000 will be enough. I think you can in Thailand or even the Philippines, like you can live off like 300 grand, maybe like I don't know, maybe for about like 7 or 8 years you can live off that, maybe like a decade. But that's man, to get away from the Matrix for a decade, man. I would love to do that. I would love to do that. I would try to figure out a way how to stay over there, maybe find a job or figure out how to stay there in the Matrix. I mean, outside the Matrix or in Colombia. I'm sure 300 grand would go far. But really, to escape the Matrix, you need about 500 grand. If you're in your 30s and 40s, you see what I'm saying, you're gonna need 500 grand. If you're a 60-year-old guy and you think you got 20 years to live, I say about 300 grand. 300 grand. You know what I'm saying? For you to retire on until to the rest of your days because, we all know that we're not living forever. Nobody's living forever. You see what I'm saying? Nobody's living forever. You know, um, nobody's gonna keep ticking. You see what I'm saying? Eventually, your heart is gonna stop. It's all gonna happen to us. Everybody's gonna die. You see what I'm saying? So, discipline is a must to escape the matrix. Discipline is a must. Focused. No matter how many times you lose, you got to keep trying. And no matter how many times you lose, you got to keep trying. Because that one ticket could lead you out of the matrix into a land where you will be busting nuts. I mean, busting proper nuts every single day. All kinds of nuts. So no joke, dude. It's like fuck, man. Think about it, man. Like how many years you gonna struggle here in America? You think about it. All the dudes who struggle up out here. If you a dude that's struggling, you gotta try to figure a way out. Like the video, man. Hit the Cash app. This is real. You know, a lot of guys are getting it in, man. A lot of guys are not getting, female intimacy, man. A lot of guys are not getting sex on the regular. Got to do something about that. Got to do something about it, or it's gonna last forever. It's gonna last forever, man. Your situation, I mean, your situation will last forever until the day that you croak. Rather deal with this shit for another year or two than deal with this shit for another decade or another 20 or 30 years. I got 20 years before retirement, man. 20 years. But I want to retire early and I want to retire comfortable. I don't have to like wake up in the morning and be like, "Damn, I got to go to work." Shit. Oh shit. I got to hurry up and go to work. I got to be out there. I don't want to be getting fired from like DoorDash or getting deactivated or having to fucking struggle, you know what I'm saying, out here. I don't have to do that no more, man. Begging people for jobs and shit. Who wanna deal with that shit for the rest of your life, man? But I know that anything's possible, man. I know that anything is possible. Like the video, hit the Cash App, please. Support this channel. Support this message. A lot of dudes need to hear this shit. A lot of dudes are not getting it in. A lot of dudes are not getting intimacy on a regular basis, but they're getting intimacy outside of the country. How's that work? Outside of the matrix. What does that mean for you to get action outside of the matrix but can't get action inside the matrix? That means that they done fucked this country up. They done fucked America up. America will not be number one in the next 5 years. They done fucked this country up. And it's never going back to the way it used to be before COVID. COVID was the icing on the cake. It was already fucked up. The dating world was fucked up. Females are walking around like they eight, nines, and tens, but they really fours and fives and sixes. You know what I'm saying? And all these females walking around like they want a high value man. You see what I'm saying? Hit the Cash App, hit the like button, please. Please. Support this message, man. You want to escape the matrix? You're gonna have to have balls of steel and a fucking thick neck because you're gonna go long periods without sex. You're gonna go months without sex. You're gonna go months without partying or chasing women. You gotta have a thick neck if you want to escape the matrix. You gotta have discipline, focus, drive. You gotta have all that and then some. Hit the Cash App, hit the like button, please. If you can't hit the Cash App, hit the like button. Get this message out here, man. Men need to hear this shit, bro. A lot of men need to hear this shit because what's going on in America right now is that there's a big ass, huge, like I said before, a 80-20 rule going on. This is what's going on in America here, and the elites they don't give a fuck as long as it's not hurting them. They don't give a fuck. It's like the coronavirus. They didn't give a fuck until it started like spreading. Then it's okay. We got to do something about this. It might spread over here. It might spread over to us. We got to fucking do something about this. They was up there in Washington just sleeping like a motherfucker. Dudes wasn't getting no intimacy from females. We were complaining about it. They wasn't talking. They wasn't hearing us. They only heard us when we had a gun. When the incel go out there and start shooting up things, that's only when they hear you. But even then, they're not trying to hear you. They only recognize you when you got a gun. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. Anyway, you guys got to realize that you are in a real pickle. You are in a real chicken shit outfit. You're in a real situation. You have to do this, man. You have to escape the matrix, and you have to sacrifice to get out of it. There's no free, way to get out of the matrix, man. Nobody's gonna come to your rescue and say, "Hey, man, you want this money so you can escape the matrix?" Nah, nobody's gonna do that for you, bro. Nobody's gonna do that for you. You got to do that shit on your own. Hit the Cash app. Hit the like button. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Support this channel. Support everything that I'm doing right now because I feel like, you know, I feel like that a lot of men need to hear this, man. Because a lot of guys, they think that life is over. When you think about it, Renegade 1. Renegade 1 didn't know that there was hope. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know that there was a life outside of the U.S. He thought that U.S. was the only life, and that's all he knew. Let me tell you, if he knew about these foreign women in different countries, he would have left like a long time ago. You see what I'm saying? A lot of guys didn't know that there was hope until I said something. A lot of guys didn't know that there was hope outside of the U.S. until I said something. I turned them on. I taught them how. I taught them how to talk to foreign women. You know, online on Facebook FaceTime. Okay, I taught them to do that. A lot of guys was asking me, "How do you talk to these foreign women on Facebook?" I told them, I said, just go ahead and type in some foreign names in the search button. I mean, the search engine or whatever. Just type in some foreign names. Type in a foreign girl's name. Like look for like names that are Filipino and type it into the search engine. Look for names of female names that are Brazilian or Colombia, and all these females from Colombia will pop up, and then you can add them. That's what I did when I was looking for Thai women, and I just type in a Thai name or something like that, and a female Thai name though, a female Thai name, and they will pop up. The females will pop up, and you just add them. You see what I'm saying? So I taught a lot of dudes how to do that. Motherfuckers talk about man, Hellcat, man. You know, his content ain't all that. He's not worth being donated to and stuff like that. Like that one other guy that came around to the channel, man. He unsubscribed from me. When I asked for donations and stuff like that, man. But he wasn't trying to fucking support me, man. After I taught him to fucking how to talk to foreign women or I gave him some hope. He even mentioned, that I gave him some hope inside his videos. He even was going around talking about that it's over in America. You see what I'm saying? He was going around, repeating some of the stuff that I was saying in his videos. But then when it came to asking for donations, oh man, he begging, man. That motherfucker begging. Stop the begging, the begging, man. To stop it. But then you was listening to my videos and you was reciting some of my words and all that other stuff. What's that? What's that? What's that? You was reciting some of my words and shit. And now you talking about, oh, he stopped the e-bagging. Oh, but dude, you was enjoying my content though. You love my content, so you came around to the channel. But then when it costs money to listen to the channel, oh, then it's time to let's put this motherfucker to shame. Everything is all good. Put that motherfucker to shame, man. he don't deserve no donations. Fuck that guy, man. You see what I'm saying? Guys like that, they're gonna end up dying alone, man. Cause he ain't trying to escape the matrix, man. He up there chilling in the fucking New York apartment, riding around on a Debo bike. You know what I'm saying? Talking about women all day long. But dude, you're not trying to escape the fucking matrix. You're staying here on this in this whack ass country, and you ain't never gonna leave. You see what I'm saying? You ain't never gonna leave. You know? Anyway, man, I gotta end the video, man. Hit the Cash App on the way out. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button. Smash that like button, please. A lot of men need to hear this shit, man. I appreciate the support. I love everything you do. You guys have a good night and bless. Take care. I'm out.